Hello, welcome back to Cars of Glasgow. You join me with the Seat Leon X-perience. This is a 4x4 version of the popular Seat Leon estate before Seat dived into the SUV market that we know it. So you may see it as a bridging period, or you may see it as the end of an era. Whatever it is, we're going to explore the car today, show you the exterior, interior, and get out for the road for a drive. So stay tuned for this video. So up front on the Leon, this particular one's fitted with the LED lights up front, which I think helps modernise it in this 2025 era. Quite like the grey paint, and overall it's quite a smooth, sleek appearance. We do have a little bit of cladding down the bottom. This continues throughout the side of the car and round the rear for this X-perience model. Alright, so underneath the bonnet we do have a 2-litre 4-cylinder diesel producing about 181 horsepower. This car's good from 0 to 60 in about 7.5 seconds, being the higher engine output variant. This car also produces 379 newton meters of torque, or 279 pound-foot. Top speed of 139 miles per hour is claimed, and you're looking at about 129 grams per kilometre of CO2, which fits into tax band D. Now, Seat do claim over 52 miles per gallon with this diesel unit, and the curb weight of this car is just over 1,500 kilos, which is not too bad considering this four-wheel drive and the size of the vehicle. Now let's check out the side of the car. So on the side of the car we do have silver roof rails up top. We've got this body cladding down below as well to help with that rugged off-road nature of the vehicle. Same thing for around the wheel arch there, and big chunky tyres on these 18-inch alloy wheels. These are unique to the X-perience model. Let's check out the rear of the car. So around the rear of the car we do have these two-piece tail lights, and then they allow the boot to open up a little bit more wider for loading. We've got the Seat badge here, Leon spelled out with the body cladding, and twin exhaust tips on this 2-litre TDI model. Now to open the boot, you literally push the badge in like so, and that reveals over 500 litres of boot space, and if you fold them down you're going to get 1,470 litres of boot space, and you can quick release them by pulling the levers at the side here, and that folds the seats flat at a drop of a button. Underneath there is a spare tyre, which is nice to see. This being not a 2025 car, we do have a spare tyre, and we also have the cargo cover as well if you wanted to protect your goods inside. Ideal size for something like a family dog or loading trips or long hauls, whatever it may be. You even got a ski-through hatch as well, which I'd imagine you could probably do an Alps trip in this, doing the skis and a four-wheel drive successfully. So if we go ahead and step inside the rear of the car, fold the seats back up. I have noticed there's a little clip on the side of the pillar here that allows you to clip the seatbelt in, which is nice to see. If I step inside, enough knee room and plenty of headroom. I'm 5'11", so I'm kind of sitting behind myself. Yes, it's not the most amount of knee room, but I don't know, a 5'11" behind a 5'11" can fit okay. We do have two little dickets in here that allow you to put things like your map pockets, like, you know, things like iPads, whatever it may be, storage areas behind the seats, which is nice to see. Climate control, we've just got vents with an on-off bit for the fan. Build quality in the back, feels alright. It's a little bit not fantastic, but yeah, it's the seats are what's rarer, and we do have ISOFIX points for child seat anchors to go in, as well as cup holders which do adjust, so you're able to go in and lift them to change the size depending on the size of your drink. I think that's quite a neat feature, as well as the pass-through hatch for longer items. If you wanted to carry two, you do have that flexibility. The transmission hump in this car is a little bit large, so I'd probably say 2 adults and side by side, maybe 3 children abreast, but yeah, that is a little bit large on this vehicle. But overall, not too bad a place to be and spend some time. Now let's check out up front. Alright, so you join me in the cabin of the Seat Leon X-perience. Now you're going to notice we've got a little XP badge on the steering wheel to remind you what model you are in. We also have a 4-drive down beside the DSG gear selector, again signifying this model being ready for off-road ruggedness. We also have this kind of cinnamon orange stitching throughout the cabin. It's on the gear selector, it's on the handbrake here, as well as the steering wheel. And yes, that's kind of a really nice delicate touch to remind you what model that you're in. Everything else is going to be familiar if you've been in a Volkswagen product of this era. Electric window switches on the door here, lights on the right hand side, and for auto feels a little bit spookily close to the Mark 7 Golf. Things like heated seats, free stage at a touch of a button in the centre here, as well as dual zone climate control. And overall build quality, you know, this car's almost 10 years old and nothing's squeaking and rattling, which is quite nice. It's got Seat sound system as well. Won't play any music because of copyright, but it does sound pretty decent for the kind of car that it is. And this one does have the black leather, which the seats are fairly supportive and comfortable, and these ones are fully electric. I do quite like how quirky the door handles are, just the way you pull them towards you. It's a little bit of a different design feature to the standard things that you might see in a Mark V Golf. This car also comes with Bluetooth for your phone, as well as a sat-nav on this little screen here. I do know it does have little buttons around the side to control it. Physical buttons for the climate, which is nice, as well as the drive mode. Now, it wouldn't be a Cars of Glasgow video without a glove box reveal. As you can see, it's softly damped, not lined with fuzzy stuff, but it does have 2 SD cards for your sat-nav, along with the little Seat Navigation Europe V6 disc there. Got the manual handbrake as well, which is not something you see in 2025, and then we've got little paddles behind the steering wheel. Everything's logically laid out. We've got things like your screen can get controls in the centre here for the buttons on the left, on the right hand side. So in the steering wheel, you've got buttons on the right hand side of the steering wheel that allow you to control the little digital screen on the instrument cluster. Indicators and everything's where you expect it to be, same as your wipers. And the gauge itself is almost Audi-esque with the kind of white and black tones, and it's got a fairly bright coloured screen in the middle there with an icon of the Seat at the moment displayed. Now let's get it out on the road. Alright, so you join me behind the wheel of the Seat Leon X-perience. Now, this car, immediately got into it, you can feel the comfort just on the seats, the kind of soft squishiness. And we're going to test the suspension because the road is immediately very uneven and potholy, and this race suspension should do well being the comfort suspension fitted to this car. Now, I think if you want a four-wheel drive vehicle but you don't want to go straight into a tall SUV, this could be the perfect blend for you, because you're still going to get the decent MPG from a estate car, 2-litre diesel, but you're not getting the same kind of boxy exterior, which some people might prefer. Now, out on the road, driving it is not too bad. It feels so familiar, having driven a Mark VII Golf for years previously. It just feels pretty much like a Golf to drive, which is no bad thing. I can feel a little bit of that four-wheel drive, giving me a little bit of momentum and grunt on the road, but out with that, it feels pretty solid and well planted. Hear a little bit of that engine grunt underneath, acceleration. Gear changes are smooth, the seats feel comfortable. I like how logically everything's laid out. The A-pillars aren't too thick, and you've got good visibility out front of what you want on the road. This is going to be a great commuter kind of vehicle, or especially doing a family adventures. This is the kind of car you want. That if you're going up to Clyde Ben Nevis or something at the weekend, you want to go skiing, long road trip, you're going to benefit from the fuel economy in that car and the decent MPG that it gets. Turning's not too bad, it's compliant. Steering's got a nice weight to it as well, which you just don't really get too much. A lot of cars these days have got very light steering. This has got decent input. Quite nice cars. You've got an 8 Series and a S7 across the road there. A bit of acceleration again, and we're off. So all in all, pretty impressed with the Seat X-perience. So I just want to say thanks very much for watching this video on the Seat Leon X-perience. Hopefully you guys have experienced what a Seat Leon X-perience is like. Special thanks to HB Autos here in Glasgow for loaning me this car for today's video. Comment your thoughts below on this car, and I will see you next video. Ciao.